Hi, Stitchy friends. Welcome. Today is Sunday, April 2nd. My name is Judy, and this is video number 3, Flosstube number 3 for Stitching Bunny. Nice to have you all with me today. I'm a little late. I'm a day late. Usually I have video on Saturday, but we had a little disaster in the house here Friday night. There was a torrential rainstorm here Friday, and our ground is saturated anyway because of all the snow we've had, and it's been melting. Well, we had this horrible rainstorm, and along with all the water that's sitting in our yard, it came down so fast and so heavy that it clogged our sump pump. Our sump pump couldn't handle it, so we had water. We found out a couple hours later that had seeped into the basement, into our storage rooms, my Christmas storage room and my husband's rock room, where he stores all of his vinyl and CDs and all of his equipment. It wasn't too bad, you know. He was able to, within a couple hours, get it all wet vacked up, and he's got fans and all running down there now. It is just cement floor, but it was just that it was late, and it was quite an ordeal to clean it up. So anyway, I spent yesterday doing other things, getting my Stitching Bunny bags ready to be put into my Etsy store. So we got all those listed, and I've been taking care of trying to get orders set today and packaged, and they'll be mailed out tomorrow. So anyway, I'm a day late. But I think we can still deal with this. So why don't we get into what's important, which is our stitching. I think that I'd like to start off with some finishes. I finally have some finishes. They're not totally finished. They're not FFOs, but they're FOs. So I do have a couple of things I wanted to show you. First of all, this is one that I did finish a couple of months back, and I forgot about it because I was sitting downstairs waiting to be pressed. And I was going to make it into a pillow, or I'm not sure what I'm going to make it into. But anyway, it was sitting downstairs, and I forgot to show it. But this is a Stacy Nash. Let's see if I could do it that way. This is the Stacy Nash, and it's Deck the Coop for Christmas. It is a little bit big for an ornament. I put all of my stitched ornaments on a tree in my stitching room, and it's a tiny room, so the tree is not really large. But anyway, if I can't really make it into an ornament where it's going to sit properly on the tree, maybe I'll add some fabric border to it and ruffle and make it into a little bit bigger pillow and just have it displayed that way for Christmas. But that's Stacy Nash, and I don't have the chart with me. As I said, I don't really keep them, but this is exactly, you know, it's called for threads. It was overdyed, I believe. Let me see here. I don't have it on here. I'm sure it was overdyed cottons, and it's 40 count mystery linen for you. That's Deck the Coop, I'm sorry, Deck the Coop. So that's one of them. Now this other one, I've been doing my 2-week rotation, and I was fortunate to get this one done last week, this past Wednesday, I think. So it was really just a week and a half, and I did totally finish it. So I've had a couple of extra days to work on my next 2-week project, and I've gotten quite a ways on that too. Let me show you the chart on this one first. This is a needlework press, one of my favorites, and it's a Mary Ann Aldred sampler. Sorry about the glare there. That's pretty good, I guess. So that's the chart. And this is my finish. Now this one I did stitch, I started it April 17th last year, and I just finished it on March 29th. It's on 40 count Country Mocha, and it's called for Classic Colorworks. And there's my finish with my owl. And you can see down there next to the house on the bottom is my little black dog, my black lab, Maddie. And on the other side, my little yellow dog, Rosie. And I did change, there was over one, right under the swan, there was a little different verse. There was one over one. And I wasn't actually as crazy about that as I was the over two that was also charted if it was being stitched on Ada. But I like this verse better. So I did it, this verse over two on the 40 count with just the black thread on that one. But I'm really pleased how this one turned out. It's a smaller sampler. This might be one that I try to actually frame myself. We'll see. I'm talk brave, but when it actually comes down to trying to lace this or trim the fabric or stretch it, makes me terribly nervous. So I'm not sure what's going to happen with the finishing on this. But this one too, because it is smaller, it wouldn't be too horrible to have it professionally framed. It shouldn't be too costly. So I'll see. But I'm very proud of my finish. So those are the two finishes I have. Now let me show you what I picked up instead now. I am going to be able to have a new start because I had a finish. And I'm really debating on what I'm going to start. Now this one, of course, my chart is over there. It's been quite a day. I've been pulling orders and trying to get things together. And it has just been wild around here. Now, I'm not going to jump up and try to get the chart, but I do want to show you what I've been working on. I did show the chart, I believe, on my last video, if not my first one when I did my whip parade. So, this is a hats, hands across the sea sampler. And it is, see, I don't even have my notes. Oh, wait, I do. I think I have something here. Hold on. Hold, please. This is Sarah Reams, 1770, and it's being done and called for DMCs. This was my birthday start last year. So this was the end of June last year that I started this. And I just love the colors in this. And I'm working down that corner. That's the bottom. And we're trying to figure out actually what that is. I realize it's a basket of flowers, but what the big green thing is underneath, I'm not quite sure. And it's going to be repeated on the other side. So maybe, you know, once the rest of the sampler is filled in, it'll, you know, won't be as obvious. We aren't quite sure what that is. My husband wanted to know. It beats me. Not right now. I'm not sure. It does resemble some of the leaves on the floral border, but we're going to call it a batch of leaves that the flower basket's sitting in. So that's what I'm going to be working on. I'm going to have the full 2 weeks now. Today would have been the day. On Sunday, I usually change my rotation and pick up the new project. And I've really had several nights into this already, so it's nice to be a little bit ahead. And I'm going to give it at least the 2 weeks. I'd love to have it done for this birthday. That would be wonderful. So that's what I'm working on. That's my only whip right now. And my finishes. What to do next? Oh, I know what we'll do. We'll do haul. Because I have... still getting stuff from Market. I don't know who bought all of this stuff, but I had to have it. So this is Market Stash number 2, and I know you've seen a lot of these. You probably have seen all of these already, so we'll just do this real quick. And I do have some haul that wasn't Market. It might not be as familiar to you, so we'll take a little more time with those. This one, these two are the Fragments in Time for 2023 by Summer House Stitchworks. And it's number 1 and 2. The reindeer. Well, let's do this in order. This is number 1. The house. And these are, let's see, what do they have? Oh, they have, it's either Classic Colorworks or DMC, which is great. I believe somewhere someone told me that these were, it was mentioned that these were originally stitched in wool. And this is a deer. He's number 2. Really cute. I think they're just going to be lovely. I'm really attracted to reindeer, so those had to come home with me. Then I also have to stitch everything that's stitching related. So this is Teresa Kogut, and it's called Needle and Flax. It had my name all over it with the hoop and the tomato and just everything I love. So that was part of the haul. And this, Penny Spring by Plum Street. Love Plum Street too. Another one of my favorites. These ladies can do no wrong in my book. This is going to be something different. This one I will be able to finish. It's Snow on the Ground by Hands On Design. Love it, love it, love it. And since I live in Wisconsin and we still have snow on the ground and it's April 2nd, it seemed appropriate. And it's finished into kind of a little pillow. It's got the shingles on the roof and everything. Really great. Love that one. This was not Markets. Let me move that one out of the way. This is the one, I know I showed this on the last video with my other market haul because I had gotten these beautiful spring color silks. When I was talking about them, how lovely they were. And I ordered them, but I hadn't received the chart yet from this shop that I had pre-ordered it from. So here's the chart. And this is by Mojo Stitches. It's a humble sampler, Harriet Turner, 1868. Just beautiful. And look at these. Oh, I can't wait to try these silks. I love working with silks. Let's see what is a fabric. I'm not sure. I hadn't pulled anything that I was going to use for it yet, although I haven't sat down long enough. It looks like, the model was stitched on 36 count toasted marshmallow or toasted mallow by number 12 Stitch Company on Etsy. Number 12 Stitch Company, I guess it is. So we'll see. It looks like it's just a pretty cream color, and I have quite a bit of stash of fabric. So with the floss now and the chart together, I can take a good look and kind of do a floss toss and see what I want to stitch it on. That's a contender for what I'm going to start next, but I have a lot of contenders. I'm just going to have to close my eyes and pick one, because if I have to concentrate and try to decide on what to pick or what to work on, it's going to be difficult. This, I think, is the last one that's from Market. And I know I showed this. This is another contender, so it's already in a project bag. Does that gives you any hint as to how I feel about this one? Scarlet Letter. Try to mark well. No, where's my tomato? Great chart. Just a great chart. It's called for 103 silks, but there's only 5 of them. Unfortunately, I have tons of 103s. Of course, I only had 2 of the 5 that I need, just the black and the green. So I'm going to have to sit down and order those when I get myself together here. And this, because I don't have the rest of the floss, especially the reds, I think that this is going to work. This is a 40 count Albarium, and this is by Cedar Creek, or Cedar River. And I just think that would be beautiful. I can't wait to try this linen. So I think regardless, whatever I start, it's going to be, I have purchased a couple of her different colors. So I think I'm going to have to try that. Okay, that's stash from Market. Now, of course, while I was looking at other things, things just pop up online. What can you do? When you find these things, it's a time to get them. I think I mentioned last time, too, that half of my very long wall here that is still empty, by the way. At least I kind of put my side wall in. It has a couple of pieces on it, so I don't look totally like I don't finish anything. But half of it's going to be a red sampler wall, and the other half is going to be Christmas samplers, I'm hoping. So I'm still collecting ones that I'm really very fond of. And this one, I think that this is an older one. I don't think that this is real recent, but it's a heartstring samplery, and it's called The Stars Are Brightly Shining. And it's got a little donkey in it, which is another animal I totally am in love with. We live in rural Wisconsin, and we have a couple of farms right around us. And right about a half a mile away from us, there's a farm that has a little hut, and they have 3 donkeys, and you could see it right off the highway there. And we have to go past there no matter where we're going. We have to go past there and see the donkeys every day. They're just the cutest things. There's 3 of them in there, and they're just buds, and it's so cute. Anyway, this says, "Oh, holy night, the stars are brightly shining. It is the night of our dear Savior's birth." Just cutesy, but I love it. I just love it. So that might be an upcoming Christmas stitch. I got another heartstring samplery, which is probably when I bought that one. I was looking at this one. This is called You Make My Heart Happy. And my husband and I have our wedding anniversary the end of November. And I'd like to have this one stitched for him for our anniversary. So sweet. Scarlet House. I saw this. Somebody had posted this, or it cropped up somewhere. And I thought, oh, I love samplers with little girls in them, and especially the ones with little blue dresses, or the, you know, really cute. And I'd like a section of, it's a good thing this wall is very big, but I'd like a section of those too. I have several of them that I've stitched already that are little small ones. But this one says, when this you see, remember me. And I love that. There you go. Scarlet House. Remember me. Oh, it's got red birds, and it's got a red house and two little girls. Couldn't pass it up. This one, again, is one of those things that just happened to crop up. I just saw it once, and I fell in love with this. It's a From the Heart Needle Art, and it's Elizabeth Howell's 1851. And it's a reproduction. You know, that red house, it grabs me every time. Is that I don't live in a red house. I used to when I lived in Chicago, but we have a little yellow house now. But I just love this. I love the border. See, the border is almost like, what do they call that? Like the Greek key or something. But not too many colors in it. Looks like it's, you can either do the Gloriana silks or weeks. And I'm swaying towards the Glorianas because I love those. And then this was this is a market. I'm sorry, I lied to you guys. This is Lila's Studio, the Lord's Prayer. And I love the round in the middle with the prayer in it. Just so unusual. I think it would be a totally different sampler without that circle vine around it. But I love it. Really unusual. Yeah, a little closer. There you go. So that's that one. This one was not market, I know, because it's just been released afterwards. It's a new Blackbirds book. I'm sure probably a lot of you ladies already have this. It's Crowns and Shields. And I love this. I love this pillow. Just a long, skinny pillow. I was reading it, and Elma said that she just bought a cheapy, like $4 pillow at Target, regular bed pillow, and she cut, you know, this section of it off to make the, actually a slip cover. That her finishing is a slip cover, she said, with just that narrow piece of foam, I assume, cut down. Love it. Love it. Beautiful. Beautiful. Everything that she's doing. In fact, I think there's one in there that is a Barb design too. And then I had to get this. I was on Shakespeare's Peddler website. I was looking for something, and she mentioned, I had not heard about this, but she mentioned that she had a new book out. And it's The Most Humble Hands, and this photo and everything. I haven't looked at this yet because it just came the other day. And I wanted a quiet time where I could just sit and go through it, look at the samplers, and read the book. And I just haven't had that time this month. I was still stitching. I promised everyone that I would post my stitching bunny bags, my project rolls, and my project bags the 1st or 2nd of April. That was my deadline. I had the whole month to sew them. So I was still working on them, trying to get everything together. So they did go up yesterday, the 1st, and I was very proud of myself. But, you know, the weeks leading up to that were really hectic. So I haven't had a lot of sitting quiet reading time. I've been down in the quilt studio. But this is calling my name. I can't wait to dig into that. So that's my chart haul. I have a couple other things. These are kind of cutesy things. I had to order some fabric at a couple of online quilt stores. And I saw these, and they were so cute, and they're so me because of stitching bunny bags. I can't quilt anymore. I have a difficult time quilting because of piecing. You know, the little pieces of the quilt blocks are very difficult for me to see and sew. So, you know, the actual piecing of quilts is kind of beyond me now. But, you know, with all the stitching on the project bags and project rolls, I just do still get to quilt, but, you know, it's not the small pieces. So anyway, these I thought were just so cute for some of my own project bags. A package of needles and, of course, my tomato. And then I had to get this set, too, that's real quilter. That's the rotary cutter and the cutting mat. So those I just had to have them. They just had my name on them. And this I had to get, too. This is a Lori Holt. It's a needle minder, and it's my tomato. I just love this. It's huge. It's huge. I mean, look at the size of the magnet on the back. It's like, so I won't have any trouble finding that or having that hold my fabric when I stitch in a hoop. And I don't like to really crease my fabric too much, so I usually just roll it and then just stick a needle minder on there to hold it while I'm stitching, so it's not in my way. So I think that's going to work real well. At least that's what I told myself. Yeah, I had to have it. And then there's just these two things. I went to Dollar Tree. I can't remember. I think it was probably Kathy and Missy from Two Needles Pulling Thread that showed these. And I thought, you know, I never find anything at the Dollar Tree. Am I looking in the wrong places or what? But they did show these along with a couple of more. But these are the two they had at my Dollar Tree. It's just a little store. So we're kind of out here in no man's land, Wisconsin. So it's just a little town. And this is the closest one to me. But anyway, it's a little wood house. I thought that would be cute. I'm trying. I'm going to try to finish some things. And I thought if I have stuff like this that I can finish in a flat fold, you know, with some fabric around and trim around it, and finish some of those pieces that are just sitting, it might help for me to get. And I'm tired of making pillows out of everything. And if it's not ornaments, I've got a lot of little pillows sitting around here in my quilting room, but there's so much stuff in here that I barely see them. So I'm looking for some other way to display them. And this has got, you know, a hanger on it. And I thought that would be really cute. And then I got this other one that they had. And this is cute too. It's just a little easel, a little wood easel. Just a little, you know, so it'll stand up. And it even has like a little ledge. So I'm thinking that'd be kind of cute too for a small, like a taller one, you know, a project that isn't square. So $1.25. I figure I'd give them a try. Okay. I'm looking around at my piles here. What else do I have? That pretty much takes care of haul and my finishes and what I hope to be working on. I am going to pick a new project, you know, have a new start. And since I really didn't have anything else to show today, I thought I would bring up some of my little things that I have finished. Warning though, a lot of these were finished in the 90s. They're a little old. But in my quilt studio, the entire basement at my house is my quilt studio. And I have a square coffee table, glass top coffee table down there. And because it's the glass top, there's a drawer underneath, a velvet lined drawer that you pull out. And I have all of these items in there. And when I'm downstairs in my quilt studio, all I'm doing is using my sewing machine or going through the fabric. So it's not that I sit down there and actually enjoy these. So I thought I'd bring them all up and at least show them, you know, they're covered, so at least they aren't dusty. But just some things that meant an awful lot to me that I've stitched over the years and to prove that I can actually finish things. So I have a few here. These, we'll start with just the ones that aren't impressive first and hopefully move up to something that is a little more impressive. These are just little pre-made cases that I found. And these, I don't even know if they still make these. These are with Ada. And just my name, my initials. In fact, this is so old. This is my initials from my late husband. So, and he passed in 92. So we know that that's pre-92. This is a real cute one. But they're just little things that I'm a scissor collector too, of course, because it's part of stitching. So I thought that these were really cute. I mean, they were just all pre-made, and I think that these, oh yeah, these are just loose, so you just, worked around it. I have antique scissors in here that I've collected. Just cute little things that were easy to finish. So that's those. Let's see here. I have a couple of hearts that I finished. Now, as I said, these are very old, so I can't even tell you most of these, who these charts are by, or anything really more about them other than I finished them and stitched them. But this is a piece, I think that this is wool. And it's like felted wool. It's very soft. Just a little pattern. It's just, cut out hearts. And the inside is for the needles. That's all stitched, blanket stitched. And it's tied with a real pretty pink ribbon, silk ribbon on the bottom. And it's so girl. I love it. There's that one. And this one, I believe, is a blackbird. Who knows? I could be way off on that. But to me, it looks like blackbird pattern. And it's just a love pillow. And it's backed with velvet. But this one does have my new initials on it. And Rob and I have been married for coming up to 28 years. 28, 29. So at least this one is a little more recent. But I think that might be a blackbird, from a blackbird book. Then I have scissor fobs. I'm going to try not to knock all these scissors off of here. Again, I don't know who this pattern is by, but it's beaded and specialty stitches in it. I thought it was so pretty. And it's got my little gold scissors on there. Then there's this one, little Halloween one. This is probably, was it You and I or something on, the little ones, they were in long cardboard envelopes. I don't think that they do charts anymore, but it's my little purple witch, and I thought the back was great. And we have one more scissor fob. When I lived in Illinois, Chicago area, there was, in fact, I think there still is, there was a sampler guild. It was a Lake Michigan Sampler Guild, and I belonged to it. And actually, when they started it up, I joined right away. So I was one of the, first members. But this is, for some reason, this is 1998 and 2000 I have stitched on here. So it must have been maybe the 2-year anniversary of the guild. And it was a little chart. So this is a 40 count and stitched over 1, the majority of it. And the lettering for the Lake Michigan Sampler Guild. I miss that guild. Oh my goodness, that was the most wonderful guild. Wonderful ladies, and nothing but samplers, and it was great. It was a great time. One thing I hated leaving Chicago for. Then I have a couple of needle books, and these aren't anything really too impressive, but this is a little Mary Engelbright, my needle book, and she's got her little, teapot, coffee pot on there. And just, this was, again, a pre-made one, and the little, fabric just came out, and you stitched it and then stuffed it. It's like kind of like those Christmas ornament pillows that they do, that you can just stick the fabric back in there. That's that. Then I have this one, and this one, I have no idea. For some reason, I think maybe a shepherd's bush, just because it looks like something that would have been one of their charts. But it's just, actually, it's a little bag too. But again, a lot of specialty stitches. So I'm pretty sure this would be a shepherd's bush. And it's from 1997. So Who knows? Then there's this one. This is a class I took from Mary Cox. And let's see, though this was dated 1998, so we're still in the last century. But this was one of the most wonderful things to stitch. And I did change it up a little bit. I've added some things to it. But it's a mattress needle book. So let me show you this. And this is my current married name. So my current husband got involved in this one. This wasn't too long. My first husband passed in 92. So this wasn't too long still after I lost him. And I did add this to the binding. I love you. And the first one is my late husband's initials, George Lehner, and the RAR is my current husband, Rob. So I have to add that on there. This is the back of the needle book. Judy Rubik, and I think that those are my doggy's initials. Her work for Columbus Day Retreat in Spring Green. So this was from Country Sampler. We took the class from Mary Cox. She was a wonderful instructor. Okay, this is the inside. And pages for your needles. And my little scissors are in there. I forgot what this says. Treasure all God's gifts to thee, happiness forever be. Oh, yes, happiness forever be. And this is where it has the ribbon ruching and the pins in it. And I know that the finishing, I believe, goodness, I can't remember if we finished this in class, if Mary was there to, you know, give us instruction to finish it, or if this was just something we finished later. I don't think that we had it stitched ahead of time. That's why I'm not sure. But at any rate, and then it has a real pretty little ivory button, and we even made the little loop to close it. But that's one of my proudest achievements that I actually finished. Love that. Just absolutely love that. And the last thing I have some needle rolls, and at least two of these it looks like. I think that these are both Shepherd's Bush too. This is the Christmas one. It says Good Yule. And it's got a lot of beading on it, special stitches, a lot of back stitching. And these were so much fun to stitch. The little flowers, almost like little heart flowers down there with the beads in them. And the pulled work on the edges. So that's the Christmas one. And this one, I think, again, is Shepherd's Bush. This is a garden one. And it's violets, and I love violets. But this has got at least ribbon with the beading. The little stitched violets. All kinds of beads. A little watering can. And I'm not a gardener whatsoever. I don't even like to be outside in the summer. So it's not that I'm a gardener, but I just love violets. And I just thought that this was so pretty. So there's that one. This one could have been a Shepherd's Bush again. I don't know. But this is a Halloween one. Happy Halloween. With the spiders. The beaded spiders and the flowers and the pumpkins. Little buttons. Happy Halloween. A little lace with the buttons on there. Buttons or beads? Beads. That's the Halloween. This one I know is not a Shepherd's Bush, excuse me. And this was because of the thistle. And it was long before Outlander. My favorite show. One of my favorite shows. But now that I see this thistle again, it was meant to be. And I'm sure that this was stitched many years ago. But this has got the beading in between. Those are Smyrna crosses. Pretty colors in the thistle. And those are eyelets, little tiny eyelet stitches. And it's on a real, camera's kind of taking the color out of it. It's almost like the green in my shirt, but it's kind of washing it out a little bit. But just beautiful colors. And then I have one last one, and this was just another one that was just a marvel to stitch. It was just so much fun. This is Heart's Content, and it says Hope. And this is all over one. This is probably like a 32 or 36 count, and it's stitched over one thread. And I'm sure that these are silks, stitched in the year 2000. And what are those little guys? Oh, I guess just eyelet stitches in between regular stitches, stitch blocks. And the little silk ribbon, hand-dyed silk ribbon. Just love this. And again, my current initials, so not too bad. So those are my needle rolls. Now, did I hit everything? I think that's it. I know this is a quick one for me. Sorry, I have my head out of the picture here. You're looking at the side of my head. I didn't have a lot of time to gather a lot of things. I still have all these mystery bags behind me that are projects that I don't really call them whips because I've put them to the side for some reason or another and haven't gone back to them. So some of these bags are filled with old pieces. And old, I mean the last several years. Things I had started and as if for whatever reason, put them aside, but haven't completely decided, not to finish them or whatever. So I do want to go through those. They're kind of a mystery to me, even what is in there, because it's been so long since, and I know there's a couple of hat samplers in there and, bigger projects. So if I have a chance, since this is again the beginning of my April month, and I won't be posting any more items on my Stitching Bunny bags until May 1st, I have a little bit of a wind down time the first week. So I'll see if I have a chance to go through those. And in my next video in 2 weeks, hopefully we'll have some surprises we can go through and go through those bags and see what's in there. Anyway, I think that takes care of it for me for this time. If there's anything you have questions on, if I can find, I doubt very much if, you're looking for a chart of any of these items, I'd have them, especially these ones that are from the 90s. There's no way. I'd have to go on, look on a couple of the websites of who I thought they might be. And even those, who knows if those ladies still have these in print or you'll be able to find them. But I hope it was something, at least a little bit of eye candy for you. And if you like what you saw, I'd appreciate if you'd like the video and consider subscribing. This is my 3rd video and I'm over 3,000 viewers, 3,000 subscriptions, I should say. And I'm just thrilled with that. It just blows my mind that ladies are enjoying this. I know I love watching Flosstubers. I have an entire list of people that I subscribe to, and every time one of their new videos pop up, I make sure that I get to watch them, even if it's in the middle of the night and when I'm doing my downtime. But I do enjoy them, and it's so nice to hear that you enjoy the last couple that I've done. So if you would do, think about subscribing, that would be wonderful. I want to thank you for joining me again, and I hope to see you in 2 weeks. Happy stitching, and if you can, stitch every day. Bye-bye.